I am giving it only in respect of the objectives and the title of this particular research. When you develop the proposal for conducting the research, you have to decide the experimental design and you have to write the details related to that. Now, let us understand the procedure to be used to collect the data. So, it is the procedure of data collection. Now, this is very important aspect of action research, because the quality of the action research depends to a large extent on how the data will be collected. Now, as I have already said that you have to take the intact group from whatever the school in which you are working and where you want to conduct this action research. My advice is you should not move to another school to do action research. Do it in your own institute, so that you get maximum facility and you have a flexibility with you in terms of the time, in terms of the resources. So, take intact group. Then another is you have to administer the developed achievement test in mathematics before giving the classwork. This is very clear from the experimental design, where I had said that you have to take pre-test, post-test, single group design. So, therefore, before starting the experiment, the test has to be administered, and this test is teacher made achievement test. Now, once you have collected the information by administering the achievement test before giving the classwork, now you give the classwork. The classwork should be specially designed and it should be related to the content that has been covered in the achievement test. You cannot take a content other than the achievement test, because that content should be understood by the students, so that they can give answers to the questions of the achievement test. So, that is what one has to do. So, you have to decide and design the classwork. This classwork should not be a routine type. It has to be specially thought of, and this classwork should continue for 1 month. That means, every day you will be giving the classwork to the students, and it should be at least for one period. One period may be of 40 minutes or 45 minutes or 30 minutes, depending upon the duration of the period in your own school. So, every day if you give one classwork for one period of time, and then you can collect the classwork and you can check the classwork and give the feedback to the students on the following day, and next day give another classwork. Like this you continue for 1 month if you decide to have the treatment for 1 month. Now, once it is done, then at the end of the intervention period, you have to administer the same achievement test in mathematics which was given before the treatment. Please remember, you cannot have another achievement test. If at all you want to have another achievement test, then this achievement test must be parallel to the test which you have given at the pre-stage. That means, before giving the intervention, or before starting the intervention. So, the test administered before the intervention and after the intervention, either it is the same or you may have two parallel tests. It all depends upon the teacher concerned who will be undertaking this action research. And after the administering it and collecting the data, then the scoring has to be done of both the tests. The scoring scheme has to be decided by the researcher, by the teacher, and if you are having a multiple choice type of questions, then the scoring is not very difficult. You can give 1 marks to the correct answer and 0 to the wrong answers. So, that it becomes very objective in nature. If you have a short answer type of questions, it should be very short answer and you should try to make it as objective as not impossible. Many times you might have observed that if you have the essay type of questions, then there is lot of subjectivity involved in scoring. So, my suggestion is for action research, try to have a tool where you will have more objective type of scoring. Now, once you have collected the data by administering the achievement test, then you should conduct the interview of some of the students who were part of your experiment. Now, to conduct this interview, it has to be a structured interview. That means, you should decide beforehand which information you like to collect through the interview, because those informations you could not get through the achievement test. Another will be that the classwork which you had given to the students and the students have already done the classwork and you have checked the classwork. So, you analyze the classwork and try to find out which type of mistakes the students might have done during that classwork, and then try to redesign the classwork, so that next time those mistakes which they have already done should not repeat it. Another is that when the students are doing the classwork, you as a teacher is present in the class. Try to observe, try to find out, see the faces of the people and see what exactly they are doing. Are they engrossed in doing their classwork, or are they trying to discuss it with their own friend, or trying to look to the classwork which the others are doing. So, try to observe it, and the information which you will collect through the structured interview, through this observation and through the checking of the classwork, these information will be used along with the performance of the students on the achievement test, and that will give you an insight whether the classwork which you had designed to improve the performance of students in mathematics has worked or it has not worked. So, during the procedure of data collection, you have understood that you will be having both the qualitative data as well as the quantitative data. Now, if you read the objective, you will know that the objective require the quantitative data, and the quantitative data which you have collected it is in respect of achievement test before the intervention and after the intervention. Now, this data can be analyzed with the help of correlated t-test. This is a technical term. All those who do not know, they may take the help of those people who understand little bit statistics. If you have a facility to use SPSS package, then you can use it to analyze your data. If you cannot do that, another way can be that you can plot a graph, and the graph can be a bar graph. You can compute the mean of the pre-test scores as well as the means of the post-test, and then you can plot the graph and can see whether these two means they are different. If the post mean is higher than the pre mean, then it indicates that yes, you will be whatever you have done intervention, this intervention will definitely be having some positive side of it. So, you have to now decide about the data analysis, and this data analysis you have to write it in the future tense, because this is a proposal. Next, that you have also collected the qualitative data, and this qualitative data can be analyzed with the help of the content analysis. So, you may do the content analysis of the data which you have got through interview, through observation and through the class work. So, this is the simple format of writing a proposal, and this is what you as a researcher should write under these headings and send it to your funding agencies. But before sending, please check once again that you have written the proposal under the heads which is the requirement of that proposal, and if you do that, I am sure you will get the fund, and once you get the fund, you carry out this action research, and once you have completed the action research, then you will be interested in knowing how the report has to be written. Now, I am sure that you have understood the headings under which the proposal for action research is to be written. Now, once you have got that, then you conduct the action research, and after conducting the action research, then you will be writing the report of this action research. And in the next lecture, I will try to explain you the headings under which the report of the action research is to be written. Thank you.